Legendary strike. Spirit. Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
I don't think we're alone. Something does not rest easy.
Legendary strike.
You fell from the sky, but despite the maddened spirits here, you will benefit. A spirit monk was here long ago, fleeing the destruction that orphaned you. He carried a piece of your amulet. It was separated, broken apart, so your enemies could not find it easily. You have the first piece. It trains your abilities now. The second piece fell here with its minder, hidden until waters receded. A guardian protects it, waiting to test and serve you. The third piece awaits discovery in a distant lair. These three pieces are physical, but there is one more. It cannot be found, only earned. This final piece is all that will save you in the end.
Easy there. You fell flat on your face after the fight. Are you prone to that sort of thing? In the what? Your master taught you some interesting things. Come on, we need to move our camp somewhere that no ghosts attack. I know a clearing just outside of Tien's landing where we can set up camp. The flyer will be safe enough if we leave it here. It's not going to get any worse, that's for certain. Just cross the bridge and head south. Let's get going.
Legendary strike. Heavenly wave. You resist me? Legendary strike. My... Ice shard. You will fall now. Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
Stop where you are! Death's Hand should know better than to send his minions out alone. It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of Gao the Greater's marauding pirates. You will pay for the crimes you have committed. Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clearly you were involved. Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gao the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will begin with you.
Ice shard.
A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me, if I allowed such insolence. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gao the Greater prefers his servants docile. Death's Hand may be our common foe, but the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand, but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was. A trait of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero. I also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions. If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here and in the surrounding forest. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
This area is off limits. Do not whine to me, peasant. We have orders from...
Wait, stop! I'm not your enemy. I swear by my ancestors, I'm not your enemy. I'm not even a soldier. Even though I wear this uniform, I'm no soldier. My name is Tien. I'm just a simple peasant from the town of One Stone. These soldiers passed through my village a few weeks ago. One of them angered the Lotus assassin who was in charge, and the assassin killed him. As I was coming back in from the fields, they grabbed me to fill his place. They put this uniform on me, bloodstains and all, and told me I was in the army. I will do my best, but I don't know anything. The Lotus assassins just told us to guard the gate while they searched the ruins. That's all, I swear. No, nothing. Only that the gate leading into them was locked. The Lotus assassins had to get a key from Sheng, the Imperial Minister in Tien's Landing. But I think the ruins are haunted. I hear strange sounds coming from beyond the gates. But even the threat of ghosts can't keep the assassins from... They are evil. Pure evil. They forced me to serve them. They would have killed me if I disobeyed. I had no choice but to guard this door while they searched the ruins. Of course, Great One. I will return to my village and lead an upright life of farming and praying. Thank you for sparing me. Thank you.
There you are. I'm sorry, I didn't want to wait back there any longer. I don't think anything will hurt the flyer. It's plenty hurt already. I found this gem in the wreckage. I'm not sure what it was attached to, but I'm sure you can use it for something. Unless you need me, I will stay here at this new camp. It seems safe enough, and it may as well serve as a base for us.
Nara earphonia wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Akwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisaya nawako. Sisaya earfok woso no koso ayeria. Sayer kanoa fwanuer.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Konio kioia kawaya wo kawaya watita osia kwanif nipawia. Pierre uxayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toerok. Ukier neko sisayer efok woso no koso ayeria. Sire canoa fwaranuir. Uyoir apafawair CCR CC2 talk. Wowotawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki.
The pirates are Gao the Greater's men. He has holdings near here, and access to quite a lot of flyers, as you've seen.
Pierre uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawair sumpuno ko suir toeruk. Sisayer ifogwoso no koso ayeria. Sayer canoa fwaranuir. Wowotawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki. Unipir uksayer sisini nisayer busta. Wo ifuir uksunuk nokawayer. Noni wowo sayer tar wowo wir ignisaro kunkna. Woyo wir apafawa yer CCR CC2 talk. Wowo yer wak finir. Koni okyo wir kawa yer wokawa yer watita o.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you. Time to teach you all a lesson.
Legendary strike.
Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's...
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus Assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready. I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price. Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear. It is time to continue your training, and I am honored to add to the basics that Sun Li instilled. A brief description should reinforce the style you saw me use. Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the Teahouse. We will talk of your master and more. Good, you're here. We can continue where we left off before.
You've got unfinished business with us first.
There are important matters at hand, yet you fellows keep interrupting. I'm surprised you're this eager to get another beating so soon.
This time we brought some friends to even up the odds.
Legendary strike. Spirit. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. You will fall now. Legendary strike. Spirit thief.
You certainly look like Lee's top student, though there's something odd about how you fight. We can get back to business. Sun Lee gave me instructions to await you if anything should happen. I have prepared for this day for well over a decade. The full extent of what the glorious strategist knows is beyond my mind to comprehend. He is without peer. All I know is that I had instructions to wait for you. Sun Lee asked me to seek a piece of a special amulet he wanted you, his prize pupil, to have. It was broken apart and scattered when the Spirit Monk Temple fell. He intended to, and I assume he did, give the main piece to you. Rumor placed a smaller part with a fleeing apprentice monk, but it had been some years and the trail was cold. I eventually learned the monk had fled to Old Tien's landing. He was there a year or so, but died of lingering injuries and was buried with his possessions unsorted. It was rushed at the time because the new dam was due to close and Old Tien's would become a watery tomb. The amulet was beyond reach, so I came here and waited. Now the Lotus assassins have drained the lake and exposed the ruins of Old Tien's landing. It seems they are searching for this piece of the Spirit Monk amulet too. Yes, Sun Lee intended you to find it. I was to tell you about it if anything happened to him. It was the last order he gave me, and I have waited years to fulfill my duty. I choose to believe that my service was valuable and vital. You would have come here eventually. The amulet would draw you at least. My assignment is to give you... You are wise to ask. It is a difficult but essential skill to master. If you power through an opponent's guard with its strongest attack, it can briefly immobilize an enemy. During this, you can concentrate and increase the restoration. Remember, go to the ruins and claim the amulet before the Lotus assassins do. You will need it to survive the trials that lie ahead.
Life seems normal enough here.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up, pirates everywhere. This is worse than the long...
Yeah, get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
Pretty.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onu yu tashika will fonil sataraponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
Koni onuyu, koke yer tatasina. Sun puno onuyu. Wono wir efuir uksunor. Owo sayer uyukap tantha. Wo kausoyer noka wowo. Wono wir efuir uksunor fonil sier sisi. Uso sier ut. Owo sayer onuyu wir napair wo. Sayer sankut noka wo napar akwaifan unak. Onuyu wir.
Lord Yun has put out a call for aid. Will none of you answer?
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now in... Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision. Well, not by me. I cannot act against that horrible assassin Lim who opened the Great Dam. I'm not supposed to even say his name, but I am desperate for a solution. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam. Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction. Not for me, certainly, because I never asked you to do anything. He has a big cargo rotting in his hold. Of course, being a stranger, he'd not be able to tell you that you'd need to go through the ruins which lie through the West Gate. Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. Yes, go.